by Led Zeppelin off of Physical Graffiti. It's an epic song, one of my faves actually off of the album. I just love the grooviness of the bluesy riff, and the solo is melodic and fun to play as well. So why not try and show you guys that fun? There you are, that's what I'm doing. So if you do like this lesson, please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button. Visit Patreon as well. Go and check out the tier system on there, because there's loads on there that you'll learn from. Loads of lessons, loads of jamming tracks and bits and bobs that you might find useful. The tab is free. It is on my website, which is dansguitar.com. Everything is linked below. Check out that first comment and you'll see where you need to go. Just click it and you're gone. That's it. I think that's all I need to say. So make sure you learn it well. Keep it slow in places. You'll figure out the places I mean. And the breakdown is coming up now. I've put this into 4 phrases where I'm going to take some little chunks out of those phrases and try and go through them as cleanly as I can, showing you it on the screen just up the top there. So we're starting all in F sharp minor basically, and we're using what seems to be shapes 1, shapes 5 and shapes 1 again, but up the octave. Now you start with this. That's your first little lick within phrase 1. Now you've got 2 hammer-on to 4, which is on that thick string, the E string. Same again on the A string. The D string, you do 2 and then you slide to the 4. So I use my first finger. Like that. Going down to the 2 on the 3rd string, where you've got your 2 and then pick the 4, slide to 6. Hammer on from 4, 6, 4 on that same string, and then going back to the 2. Now I slide down to the 2 on that one, so you can either pick it if you want to. I'm not sure how Jimmy Page does it, but there you go. That leads you to the end of bar 2, where we've got, which again is F sharp minor, but we're using the 9th and 11th frets, with the F sharp root note being just there on that 9th fret of the A string. So you've got 9, 11 on the A string, 9, 11 on your D, and then 9, 11 again hammer on or pick on the 3rd string. Then it goes. That's your next little part, which is going to be 9 on the 2nd string, hammer on pull off. So this phrase you're going to find come up, I think, about 3, maybe 4 times, possibly 3 actually, throughout this solo anyway. So you have the 9 hammer on, pull off back to the 9, going to the 11 on the 3rd string. So, and then you go from the 11, you've got 9, 10, 12, like that. That phrase is actually really nice. It's a great lick to learn. When you get to this next stage, which is the 9, that's a staccato note. Keep that short. The 12 is a staccato note. Keep that short as well. Full tone bend of the 10 with your 2nd finger, and gradually bring that down to then come off to the 9, where you go, which is 9 on the 2nd string, 11, 9 on your 3rd. And that leads us into phrase 2, but you'll see the 9 and 11 lurking up there on the top of the tab, which is actually the start of phrase 2, which should be something where we go. That's your first little lick within this phrase. So that's going to be 9, 11 on the D string, 9, 11 on the G, where you're going to play the 11 twice. I like putting vibrato on that, but it's your call. Then we've got kind of an epic little run of notes coming up actually, so you're going to need to take your time over this, where it's, if I get this right anyway, we've got that should lead you to the end of that 2nd bar in phrase 2. So as I've already said, the 9, 11, 9, 11, and then 11 again, back to the 9, 11 on the D, and that's going to pick these. So 9, 11, 9, 11 on your G, hammer on, pull off 9, 10, 9 on that 2nd string. This is going to the 11 on the 3rd. So that's that phrase again with the 9, 10, 12 coming into it as well. So that phrase is in there for the 2nd time. Then that leads you to the 9 on your 1st string. So all 16th notes for the 9, and then the 12, and then you've got your hammer on pull off from 9, 10, 9, back to the 11, without the 9, 10, 12 on the 2nd string on this one. So back to the 9 on the 2nd string, pull off from 11 to 9 on your 3rd string. Little X, if you want to put that percussive strike in there, you can. If not, just try and force yourself to stop for that momentary 16th note. So that's the sort of thing I do. You get like a little kind of percussive strike in there. Anyway, from that, so you got 11 to 9 on your 3rd string, percussive strike. Back to the 11-9 3rd string pull off, to the 11 on the D, to the 9 on the G, 11-9 pull off on your D string, and then the 7 on that D string as well, and that leads you into phrase 3, which you should see on screen now. Do remember my Patreon stuff as well. If you haven't signed up to any of that, go and have a look, because there are free tiers on there and you might like what you find. Anyways, so we have this for phrase 3. So sorry, we've got basically that. I got that wrong first off. So it's pull off from 9-7 on the D string, to the 9 on the A, back to the 7 on the D, going to the 9 on the A again, and then the 7 on the D. And then you've got 3. Then you have the 3, 9 to slide to 11, and then 4 strikes of your 9, 9, 9, 9 on the 3rd string. So it's, and then it does that 1, 2, 3 times. So, and that's the end of phrase 3. Nice. Right, going on to phrase 4. Let me get it on screen so I can read it. This one kind of brings you, that was in, sorry, I forgot to mention, that was actually in shape 4 of your pentatonics. Now we're going up to shape 1 of the pentatonics, but this time up the octave. This leads you into the 16th fret of your 3rd string with a full-time bend. To the 14 on the 2nd, 14 on the 1st, full-time bend, 17th fret, 2nd string. Bring the little finger across to the 17 on that 1st string, back to the 14 with your 1st finger, and now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bend up, let down very quick, off to the 14, 2nd string, so 17th fret bend up, let down, off to the 14, and then you've got your little finger on the 17th fret of the 1st string to repeat that round 3 times. Finishing the whole solo with, which is a run down the pentatonic, the same one we're in at the moment, so shape 1, 14th fret on that 2nd string, 16, 14, 3rd, 16, 14, 4th, which leads you into the root note of the actual riff itself. Something like that, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but great riff, absolutely awesome song this one, off of Physical Graffiti, and that is that. Let's play it slow for you now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Just about got through that unscathed, I think. Right, there we go. Let's hand you back to me to sign the lesson off. Nice. It's a great solo to learn. It's fun, it's melodic, there's some sort of reoccurring licks which I guarantee you will put into your own playing if you don't already use them. And there's a lot to learn from it, a lot to grasp and a lot to kind of just borrow. There you are. Melodic, fun and just enjoyable to play. Fun and enjoyable, same thing, but there you are. Patreon, go and visit it. It's all linked below. Loads of lessons, jamming tracks, bits and bobs, and the tab is free on my website, dansguitar.com, so you can find it all there. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Share this stuff on all your socials, and give us a comment below of things that you might like to see on this channel, or any suggestions for the channel, for that matter. There you go. Make sure you press, I can't remember what it is now, there's like a hype button, I think it is as well. If you like this and you like it enough, for the first 7 days of it going live, you can press that hype button, and it pushes the video just a little bit further in the YouTube sort of rankings, so you get points for every hype. And I think you guys can hype 3 videos a week. There you go. So maybe make this one of them. That would be fantastic, and I will be forever grateful. Thanks to my Patreons. You are all awesome for supporting this channel, and I shall see you all next week. Laters.